welcome to my agenda video. I wanted to go ahead and talk you through a 6th grade PLC agenda that I went ahead and put together for this week. I will actually use this agenda for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade and then just interchangeably change out the different TEKs or data points that we need to go ahead and address that are going in the team. So as we start, definitely some team building. As we go into testing, moods are kind of high, so stress is kind of high. So we went ahead and included a mood meter here just to kind of make sure everyone is doing all right, and we can talk through some of the different pieces. In our case with math, we've had RTI come in a few times, then we've had spring break, and so we really haven't had a lot of time to get together and see how everyone is doing and kind of get a temperature of the water, so to speak. So here I would definitely have some team building and make sure that everything is going okay. If you want to see this played out, I do have this recorded on how it went on Monday. And so I went ahead and included everyone here. I always include the roles in PLC, so that's never a question. We have a SMART goal that we always go ahead and examine. And so here we're looking at participation in the OMS. I went ahead and included a helpful video from Jessica Higgins on how to check the content statistics to see how many minutes students are actually spending in the OMS. On these parts right here in the red, I definitely try and bring up some of the points from the last time that we talked. And so here, I would just go ahead and put in something from the last meeting just to kind of jog people's memory to help the discussion, and then just an overall reflection. We talk about the CFU data and our action plan for that. At this time, many teams are seeing what they can get through in class with the limited time, or feeling like they need to cover certain pieces. They will go back into the OMS and tweak it and bring things up in warm-ups to go ahead and spiral that around. We also look at the asynchronous plan, talk about the tier 1. So here we were talking about the importance of adding actual live star problems from Cambium practice website so that students can actually see the teachers using the universal accommodations. Because of the Rock and Review, we also looked at the CMAP and how the Rock and Review was going to affect one of the units that they are finishing up. And so, just talking about how they were going to support students in those efforts while the Rock and Review is going on. Next, we look at data. And so we just had a March monthly TFAR. And so we looked at some of the items there, talking again about the TEKs, the item types, the big reflections that they have on that, and where they're seeing some of their data turn out. We do have the April monthly TFAR, and that one was kind of tricky because usually our monthly TFARs are supposed to cover the tier 1 TEKs that were covered the month before, and then data, and our data dashboard was going ahead and kind of tracking those TEKs as we went along. In this case, because we've had spring break, because we've had a lock date, because we have Rock and Review, because we've had a week of testing, this month of March has been really jam-packed with a lot. So talking with teams, now that I know that we can go ahead and make our TFAR based on whatever TEKs we want, I'm talking with teams and kind of seeing what they prefer. Either we cover the tier 1 TEKs that were covered in March for the limited time that we really met with students, or we adjust where our TFAR for April is and go ahead and address the Rock and Review high priority TEKs. So the big question here was, do we have time to remediate the data? Since we are looking at a phase 2 for Rock and Review and putting in some asynchronous material, I did kind of push this with the team that I think it would be great to look at those Rock and Review high priority TEKs and just see how we're doing on them, so we have a little bit of a better idea after all of our efforts that we've been putting in to the Rock and Review. Again, just another here push on the universal accommodation since we are talking about TFAR. Some of the question items that we select for TFARs, we have to be really careful because some of the universal accommodations are not available. I found that out with a 7th grade test this year, a problem that had a ruler, and the ruler wasn't actually available. So when teachers are creating the TFAR, we do need to really make sure that we're selecting the right item. Sometimes there are multiples that other people have created, and those tools are not available. So in addition here, Jessica Higgins made a good video in 8th grade about how to use some of those universal accommodations. Some of these don't apply to 6th and 7th grade, but they're in the same location, and so I shared this with teachers a while back just so that they can have an idea of where to find that stuff when they are going through that Cambium practice website. Then we talk about the planning for live instruction, and there we're really focusing on the data that we're seeing. Are the kids passing? What do we need to remediate in class? What do we need to revisit so that they can get that second attempt or those multiple attempts that they need? And so here, just kind of taking some of the questions that we have in our Monday memo, applying them more to a PLC conversation versus an individualized conversation. Because yesterday we had Christina's quarter 3 highlights, I went ahead and included those. And as she was talking, I made some notes here for what she wants to see for quarter 4. So as we were going through the PLC this week, we could also bring those back up and just kind of circle around the importance of really sticking to our plan that we have, giving it our all, giving that feedback, and by feedback we talk about naming that gap that students are having and how to work through that in order to master the content. And looking then at our different groups here on what we need to actually get those accountability points. And then I went ahead and I left the place for the teachers to go ahead and reflect on her presentation that they had, along with our discussion that we have in our PLC. Because Rock and Review is coming up, this is a big piece here. I took this time to review set lists with 6th grade all at once. And so, again, just kind of putting everyone's duties here as well as our interventionists that are stepping in to support. Everyone had their set lists ready in the folder, so this was an easy way to talk about the 3 different clusters that we're going to be focusing on and just big takeaways before we get going to ramp everyone up, and just big reminders here. And I think with the agenda that Crystal provided us for the Rock and Review weeks, we'll look at these each individually a little bit deeper as we go through and are talking about that agenda. I did include the 3 quick start guides just for teachers to reference those TEKs that we were discussing in the live synchronous instruction. But then I also put in here the part 2 of the async instruction with Rock and Review, and just kind of telling teachers that this is where I think we can address the data that we get from that April monthly TFAR. If we do decide to use the Rock and Review TEKs, then we can go ahead and look at those resources that we have, Nearpod, Progress Learning, the zingers, the measuring up, really to go ahead and beef up the async where we see that the data needs it, whether it be to remediate or even to stretch those kids that need to be pushed. RTI is usually the 4th week, but Kayla let me know that they were not going to be meeting any longer with us in our PLC since we are near the end of the year, and instead the interventionists were going to be giving us some support here. So I just put in here that interventionists needed to have the PDFs of the remaining quizzes in the OMS and get those to the interventionists by Easter break. I actually ended up changing this last minute and making it by the end of this week because Kayla wanted to really reinforce the quizzes that are going on during Rock and Review. And so the interventionists will be helping because the kids are having a lot on their schedule in these next 10 days that we're about to embark on. And so we want to have enough support for them to be successful and master the content. And then I always leave a section for questions and comments. So I could definitely go through this and pretend like I was going to go through this agenda, but in fact, I go ahead and I record all of my PLC meetings in the CCs, and so they are all available to watch. They all follow this same sort of outline that was given to us at the beginning of semester 2. If I look at semester 1, I had semester 1 built out in Teams, and so just going really quick to show that. Let me get that up there. And there we go. Teams always takes a little bit longer to load there. But I would have had all of the agendas here. This would be for semester 1. I'm going to come back actually to this TFAR-TEAC overview eventually as we go through the TFAR part of the video for the lead application. But just to kind of show you here, we would have had the look backs, the look aheads, and so just kind of, I don't know, popping into one randomly. Again, Teams just takes a little bit longer to load. We would have talked about different pre-work that was needed for the TFAR, whether the teachers had taken it or not, and then gone through the different parts of similar to what we were just doing. So looking at the CMAP, looking at the OMS, talking about misconceptions, looking at things from lead forward, looking at Big 4 for in-class instruction, talking again about OMS Tier 1, and then the action items. So I'm actually a little bit more in tune with the agenda that we're using currently. I think it flows a little bit better. And so this is the agenda portion. Thanks for watching.